We think vote by mail should be available in all 50 states. We think early voting should be available in all 50 states. We think that voter ID laws are generally used to try to make it more difficult for people to vote, particularly poor people.
Mr. Morial, thank you so much for joining me. You are the president of the National Urban League, a civil rights organization dedicated to economic empowerment, social justice, and equality. You are also the former mayor of New Orleans, a city that has seen more than 6,000 cases of COVID-19 and more than 300 deaths. Do those numbers surprise you?
They hurt me. They bother me. They anger me. They have an effect on me because in New Orleans, those are my friends and extended family members. They're my constituents. They're the citizens I worked alongside of. And they're great New Orleanians like Ellis Marcellus, Winton's dad, who recently died, Tom Dempsey, the legendary football kicker, NFL and New Orleans Saints record holder, who passed, as well as a number of other people with whom I worked. And it hurts, it angers me. What doesn't surprise me is the conversation about health disparities. That's not a new conversation for us, not a new conversation for the National Urban League. It's not a new conversation in Black communities. It's not a new conversation among enlightened health professionals, the fact that health disparities are a reality.
I was talking to the mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, about how she is building an infrastructure to combat the racial disparities in healthcare with COVID-19, while building that into the infrastructure for how she handles the larger issues of poverty in Chicago. From what you've seen, how unique is her approach?
She's a new mayor of one of America's most important cities, the third largest city in the United States. And she's, I think, should be given great credit for tackling the problem immediately, for not just studying or analyzing the problem, but for acting. And that's what's so important at her level, leading a great American city, and her ability to marshal the resources and her power to deal with poverty, to redirect how investments take place, to confront redlining, the issues of affordable housing, the issues of quality jobs, the issues of fair wages. She's in a great position, I think, in Chicago to make it happen.
Small Black businesses are under siege. They're struggling. And I know there are these stimulus packages that you've been working on, especially this latest piece that hopefully does something and infuses real dollars and real programs to help those small businesses. But do you think small Black businesses are going to survive after this crisis?
We have to make sure that they survive as much as possible, but it will not be easy. But look, the definition of being a small business owner, particularly a small Black business owner, is I am a survivor. I am resilient. I am used to dealing in difficult times. Most entrepreneurs I know are smart, they're scrappy, they'll go the extra mile, they'll stay up late, they'll wake up early in order to try to ensure that their business is sustainable. But right now, it is a state of emergency of immense proportions in our communities.
Is it too soon for states to reopen?
It is too soon for states to open without a plan. It's too soon for states to open without access to testing. It's too soon for states to open without guidances around whether people continue to socially distance to some extent, whether they wear masks. Governor Kemp in Georgia was late to social distance and now too fast to reopen.
You've been working to mobilize support to get Black Americans to fill out the 2020 census. Are you worried that Black Americans in this moment, because of this crisis, will be undercounted?
We have a distance to go, and the concern about the undercount is why we put so much emphasis and so much focus on the census. So today, about in the high 40s of all Americans have filled out their census forms online. The African American community lags behind by as much as 10+%. I'm calling on people. It's all about money, it's all about power, and we've got to keep the heat, the pressure, and the accountability on the Census Bureau to do what they have to do.
Mr. Morial, I want to talk to you about Donald Trump currently is trying to roll back a number of civil rights protections. How concerned are you about those rollbacks?
Absolutely concerned about all efforts to use executive action to roll back civil rights, whether it's gutting the Community Reinvestment Act's anti-redlining provisions, whether it's dismantling fair housing regulations at the Department of Housing and Urban Development, to name a few, whether it's taking executive action to eliminate all legal immigration. This president has been aggressive in his use of executive power.
And now we're going to be heading into the fall, where people are going to be voting in the general election. What is your organization doing right now in the efforts of moving vote by mail for this year's election?
So the National Urban League has been a long-standing supporter of increasing access to the ballot. So under that sort of rubric of increasing access to the ballot, we strongly believe in vote by mail. We think vote by mail should be available in all 50 states. We think early voting should be available in all 50 states. We think that voter ID laws are generally used to try to make it more difficult for people to vote, particularly poor people, people of color, students, and sometimes senior citizens, constituencies that may be more democratic, no doubt, than Republican. But fundamentally, there's been an effort to block and thwart access to the ballot box.
Thank you so much for your time, President Morial.
Thank you very much.